Hi Grace Rec students, I'm Miss Alexa. Today we're going to be working on handstand forward rolls. So handstand forward roll is obviously a combination of two skills that we should know before progressing on to this one. So we're combining a handstand and a roll. We're going to work on some drills to get our handstands and our rolls stronger, and then a few drills to move into the handstand roll. Okay, so before we start any of the drills and the skills, we want to make sure we warm up. So put on some fun music. Do some jumping jacks, some high knees, some booty kickers, and then stretch by doing your basic stretch from class. So starting in a butterfly, your pike stretch, straddle stretch, stretching out your wrists by rocking them, kitty cat stretch, seal stretch, and bridges before we start anything. Also, when I'm explaining the drills, feel free to pause the video and work on them on your own time. Same thing with right now, you should pause the video and put on your music for warming up before you start working. All right, guys, so first we're going to make sure we have the skills strong enough separately. So we're going to work on a proper forward roll first, and then we're going to work on some handstand drills to get a really nice handstand. Okay, so first we're going to work on our proper forward roll. If you're ready to work on a handstand roll, you should have this by now, but just to go over the positions, we're starting in a squatted position, and then we're going to put our hands down, tuck our chin to our chest, and then roll on our back. We never want to put our head to the ground because that'll hurt us. So we're tucking our chin in so that our back touches the ground for a roll. We roll in like a tight little egg, so we're in a tight ball, and then we sit to our booty and then to our feet, and our feet and knees should be squeezed together, and we should stand up with our arms by our ears. Right now we're going to work on a drill to get our handstand really strong. It's honestly a perfect time that we're at home to do this drill because we're going to work on handstands against the wall. So if your parents are okay with it, you're going to kick up to your handstand against the wall and try to squeeze your tummy towards it to get a nice handstand position against the wall. Now I'm going to show you the drill. You can see at first I'm in a bit of an arched position, but then I walk my hands in closer. I squeeze my tummy towards the wall and my back towards the wall. And you can see that I'm in a much more hollow position. And then once I feel confident, I come out of the drill and we're ready to work it on the floor. Right, so now we're working our handstand on the regular ground. We're not doing it against a wall. We all know how important positions are to me, so we want to make sure we start in a lunge with our arms by our ears. Then we lever into a T, kick up to our handstand. We should be hitting a nice vertical handstand before we move on to anything else. Squeezing our tummy in and hitting a hollow body before coming back out in another lever, and then landing in a lunge with our arms by our ears. Right, we have one more drill to work on before we dive into that handstand roll. So now we're going to try a forward roll from an elevated surface. So we're going to start in that same squatted position, put our hands to the ground, tuck our chin to our chest, and forward roll off. It's going to be a little bit harder of a landing than you're used to because you're coming up from an elevated surface, but it's going to prepare us from coming right out of a handstand into our roll. Okay, we should now be ready to work on our handstand forward roll, so it's super important for us to start in a lunge with our arms by our ears as always and squeeze up to that nice hollow body position handstand. Want to keep our arms by our ears and then tuck our chin to our chest, keep them hollow, fall with our arms flat, and then round our back with a nice turtle shell. Hit that egg position for our forward roll, stand up with our feet together. It is important to not kick up to your handstand and bend your arms so lower to the ground. That will get us close to touching our head and hitting it, and that is not what we want to do. So last time, we want to make sure that we're squeezing our arms super duper straight all the way to the ground before rounding our back and doing our roll. Okay, guys, so I hope you worked along at home towards getting your handstand forward roll. These are a lot of good drills to do. If you didn't get it from just watching this video once, that's okay. You can go through this video as many times as you need, doing all the drills along with me to get that nice handstand roll position. So I hope you guys are having a fun time working your gymnastics skills at home, and I hope to see you soon in class.